for the next 50 years, as we've done with Nagano, as we've done with Turin, as we've done with the what-ifs around Pyeongchang and Beijing, there will be endless questions. Endless debating about who should have been here, whether Sidney Crosby should have played, whether Bennington was the right goalie. I'm Jake. I can't skate. And this is the final Olympic hockey game day recap for Milan-Cortina 2026. I pulled an all-nighter. I reserved a spot with my dad at a bar to watch a game I hoped would be historic, and it was, for the United States of America. Canada lose 2-1 in overtime to Team USA. Canada gets silver at the Olympics in men's hockey. Many of you watching these won't know this about me, but my background's in politics. That's what my job is when I'm not recording for this channel. And there's an old adage in politics that on election night you always write 2 speeches. One if you win, one if you lose. In the third period of this game, I basically threw away what would have amounted to my concession speech video. That is how dominant Canada was for the second half. That is how many absolutely lights out chances they generated. If this game were played 100 times, Canada would win 90 of them. Because what are the odds Devon Toews gets absolutely robbed on a stick save with an empty net by Connor Hellebuyck? What are the odds, if we play that game again, that Nathan MacKinnon with an empty net hits the post? What are the odds that on a scrambled play in the third period with Canada banging away, that the puck is knocked off the line by a defenseman? What are the odds in the first period that Matthew Baldy splits Cale Makar and Devon Toews? Almost no NHLers can even dream of doing that, let alone somebody they've seen in their division a million times. And yet, we live in the timeline where all these things happened. We live in the timeline where in overtime, Canada gives it away for a 2-on-1 in overtime, and a Hughes brother puts it 5-hole on Jordan Bennington, who was his usual clutch game self in this game. I don't regret a thing. I don't regret putting so much of my time, energy, and feelings into this game, because I got to spend a wonderful morning with my dad. And then the ending sucked. I had to watch the United States of America beat Canada at the Olympics for the gold medal. The first period reminded me, and should remind you, of the starts we had against both Czechia and Finland. Something was off with this team for parts of each game in the playoff rounds, and the gold medal game was no exception. turnovers and missed half chances where it bobbled off sticks abounded. And yet, oddly, for the first 6 minutes, despite a terrible first shift by Canada and several sloppy turnovers, the United States actually don't get a shot for the first 6 minutes of the game. The first shot just happens to be Austin Matthews flipping the puck up to Matthew Boldy, who I mentioned, splits Haves and McCarr, and slides it past Binnington. It's a beautiful goal, and the States take the lead 1-0. And the rest of the period, Canada's kinda on its heels hanging on, but still generating opportunities. Both goalies are very good. Both teams are creating turnovers. Both fan bases have their hearts in their throats, and they wouldn't move for most of this game. In the second period, Canada actually generates the most shots they had in any period during the entire Olympic tournament. A lot of these shots are more from the perimeter than I would like, but some are very good chances. And outside of a couple turnovers, Canada does a very good job defending and starts pulling away on the shot clock. And what chances we do give up, Jordan Binnington turns into clutch mode and keeps the game 1-0 until, after struggling on faceoffs for most of the game, Canada starts figuring it out, and it's off a scramble draw on the sideboards, goes to Devon Taves, who gets it over to Cale Makar, who walks the line, walks into the circle, and rips it over Hellebuyck's pad, and ties the game. The game is tied. The chants and the singing start coming in. The end of the second gets a little helter-skelter, so there's some scary moments. But we go into the third period knowing that if you win one period, you win an Olympic gold medal. And Canada does everything it possibly can to do so. All the earlier chances I mentioned. McKinnon, empty net off the post. Taves, empty net. Diving, reaching stick save by Hellebuyck. Scramble in front of the net. Hellebuyck makes 2 saves. The third shot goes through him and gets stopped on the goal line. And yet, despite everything, despite wildly outshooting the United States, we can't put the game away. And props to the U.S. defense, props to Connor Hellebuyck, props to their penalty kill, which killed the Canadian 5-on-3, and props to our penalty kill, which killed a double minor high sticking penalty to Sam Bennett with 6 minutes left. And this game goes to overtime. And as I said in the women's game, there's no reason for an Olympic final to be 3-on-3. The golden goal was scored at 4-on-4. The game really should be decided at 5-on-5, but that's neither here nor there. Everybody knew the rules coming into the tournament, and all it takes is one giveaway, and it almost looked like the rush might be stopped. But it wasn't. And the United States wins. It's not just a game. It's not something you just get past. With that said, as much as I am emotionally tormented by what I just saw, this tournament was fantastic. This was an absolute showcase for the game of hockey. What an absolute example of how great our game can be. And as much as we all hate it, there are beautiful stories to be written on the United States side as well. This was the 46th anniversary of the Miracle on Ice. This was Johnny Gaudreau's son's birthday. This was wonderful for the game of hockey in the United States, and it sucks. And I will keep hating it until we can avenge this loss in 2030. But that is 4 years from now. And until then, not knowing what the next 4 years holds for our country, we have to endure the taunts of American hockey fans. The same way us Flames fans have to watch that stupid gif of blue and orange Connor McDavid celebrating knocking the Flames out of the playoffs. As Canadian fans, we will probably have to watch a gif of Hughes jumping up and down, throwing his gloves off. And it will hurt, and it will burn. I put so much of my time, energy, and feeling into this game, and I always will. I love this game. I don't know what else to say. Thank you to all of you who watch these. It means a lot to me. More than you know that people watch my silly hockey videos. Let me know what you thought of the game. Let me know how you're feeling. Let me know where you were when this happened. Do all the YouTube things. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. And go Canada.